Jason Steele here, otherwise known as the Water Boss. I wanted to make a short video on how I build Airlift suction grid filter systems for koi ponds. So let's get started. This is an Airlift tube. We inject air down to an air stone or diffuser 12 inches below the bottom of the floor of the pond. The air rising causes a vacuum. The vacuum is broken by the suction grid. So the grid has holes in it that's buried in the gravel, and the water flows up through the grid and then comes back to atmosphere. Say this is the pond level of water. The air rises, goes back to atmosphere, pulls the water with it through the grid, and goes back to the pond. Now you can cut this down and turn it around and go through an upflow bog around the pond. So that's a pretty cool trick. You can bring it back like this, which is a jet, which can help direct debris towards the skimmer, which is the most popular method. And we just inject the air at the very top of the airlift tube. So that's that. And then we have the grid. Okay, the suction grid itself consists of 2-inch laterals with 3 holes drilled at the 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock position every 6 inches. And even the end caps have a 3/8 hole at the end. So these are installed to length, going to side of your pond. We want to be no holes down, no more than 15 by 15 square feet. So if you're doing a 15 by 30 pond, you'll want to do 2 separate grids. You want to put holes in all your fittings at the 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock position. Those go facing down. So if you're running along the wall and you're running laterals out in a shallow area, a narrow area, so you can run the laterals out, then bury them with 6 inches of gravel. So our grids are all buried with 6 inches of clean 3/4 inch smooth gravel, holes facing down.
Airlift grids are a great way to move oxygen-rich water through clean river gravel. We use high-efficiency air pumps to create a giant biological filter. Air is injected through the lift tube to about 1 foot below the bottom of the pond. Connected by a 12-inch air stone, the air rising causes a vacuum. The vacuum is broken by the water in the grid. The water rising and air returns back to your pond and atmosphere.